Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Smith and welcome back to my channel. I have a special video for you today. I'm going to show you how to make these 3 beautiful home decor pieces that you can leave out all year long. Most of the items used to create these 3 projects came from Dollar Tree. I'm so excited to share these with you. So let's jump right on in and get started. The first one is this beautiful 8-inch welcome wreath. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you how to elevate this 8-inch wired welcome sign from Dollar Tree. As soon as I saw this at Dollar Tree, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. Let me show you how to make it. Here is a list of the tools and materials I used to complete the project. For your convenience, I've also included a detailed list in the description box below. Let's get started. You will need some greenery and florals. I chose this floral pick I found at Dollar Tree. You will need 2 picks or florals and greenery of your choice. Next, cut off each stem of the greenery and florals on both picks. Pull your leaves to the direction you want them to lay. Adjust your greenery as needed to fit the shape of the ring. To attach your greenery and florals, you will need floral wire. First, wire your grouping of greenery for each side together. Wrap the wire several times around the base. Next, attach the greenery to each side of the ring. Wire around the base, then up the ring to attach and shape the greenery. Once you have both sides attached, add hot glue over the wire. This will help to cover any sharp ends so that you don't have any scratching on your wall or door. Cut a large piece of craft stick to fit and glue in between the greenery on the ring like this. Take one of the large flowers along with its leaves and glue it in the center on the craft stick. Fluff and adjust your flower and leaves as needed. Slide in your florals on the side to decide where you want to place them. Then simply add hot glue to the stem and place them where you want. Well, I hope you enjoyed this craft. It was fun to make and it only cost you $3. Okay, let's move on to DIY number 2. The second is this gorgeous neutral-toned centerpiece. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful everyday centerpiece. This centerpiece can easily be updated or changed for any holiday or season. Let me show you how to make it. Here is a list of the tools and materials I used to complete the project. For your convenience, I've also included a detailed list in the description box below. Let's get started. To get started, you're going to need 3 of these crates. You can use either the crates that has the slats or the wood boxes. Either of those will work. They're the same size, but you need 3 of them. You're also going to need 4 large craft sticks from Dollar Tree. We're going to be attaching these 3 crates together. And we're going to use the craft sticks to fill in the bottom here. So it looks like this, except we're going to clean up these ends. So just line up your 3 crates so you can get your spacing correctly. You'll need a good pair of scissors. Just cut off the round part on the top. Place it down. Take a pencil and mark the other side where you need to cut it. You need to leave a little bit of overlap to glue it down. And then you need to cut 4 sticks the same size. I have my 4 sticks all cut the same length. You're also going to need some craft glue or some wood glue and your hot glue. Add a small amount of the craft glue to one end and a dot or 2 of hot glue. Go ahead and place it onto the bottom. You want it to be flush and even with the bottom of the crate or box. Then attach the second one right next to it, like that. Go ahead and place the crate in the middle, and then you want to butt up the second crate. And you want to attach it on the other end the same way you did here. Once you have the 2 crates attached together by the large craft sticks, you'll want to take your hot glue gun and go along the seam to get it extra secure. You'll want that glue to fully set up before you move forward. Once the glue has set up, take your center crate and then you're going to slide that in between the 2. You want it to meet to the top of the second craft stick. This is how you're going to attach it. Take your pencil and go ahead and mark where it meets. You have 2 little marks on the side so that you know this is the area you need to put your glue in. So on the crate, you want to go ahead and add some craft glue or wood glue, whatever you're using. Make sure to spread it out in that area that you've marked. You want to do that on both ends. And then add a little bit of hot glue on either side where you're going to be attaching it. And then slide it in. And kind of pull it together and hold it until that hot glue can set. Now you can also take your hot glue and go in and add a little bit more right where it meets together. Now we're going to attach the other two pieces just like you did on the other side. Once you get the other two pieces of craft sticks on, you want to lift it up and then right here run a bead of hot glue on either side. Then you want to set this aside. You want to allow it to completely set up for at least an hour before you move forward. My glue is all set up and my pieces are nice and secure. You can go in and add some extra hot glue underneath. You're not going to see this area. Now we're going to go ahead and paint it with Waverly Antique Wax. I really like this because it lets the natural wood grain show through. Just add some to a cup. Add some water and water it down. This just makes it easier to apply and it acts more like stain. Just mix it together nicely. And I'm going to give our project a nice coat. By watering it down, it goes much faster, goes on much quicker. And then it doesn't get too dark. If you want it darker, you can always go over it again with a second coat. If you're working with the ones with slats, make sure you get in between. Let's see how pretty that looks. You can really see the wood grain, but it gives it a really nice stained effect. I'm going to finish painting the rest of the project and let it fully dry. My antique wax is all dry. I did go ahead and quickly do the inside just in case anything might show. But I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Now you just want to take some regular white computer paper and you want to cut it so that it fits right down inside. Now if you're using the boxes that are closed and don't have the slats, you don't have to do this, but because I have the slats, I'm putting in some paper. Now I have one large block of floral foam and I use this paint scraper to cut it. It works really well. Just place it on the floral foam and push all the way down. Move over and do it again. Gives you a very nice clean cut. You'll want to cut 3 pieces that are approximately 1.25 to 1.5 inches thick. They need to be able to fit down inside each of the containers. If you need to, take the piece of paper out, put the floral foam inside, and then place it. Makes it much easier. This way, the paper helps keep the mess inside and it doesn't allow it to fall out. I have a piece of floral foam in each box. And then you can see the white paper that's going to help keep everything inside. You can use whatever color paper you would like. And if you're using the boxes instead of the crates, you don't need to use the paper at all. You will need to choose about 4 or 5 different greeneries. This one just says foliage. I picked this one up from Dollar Tree. This is a boxwood. I got this one from Walmart. This one is a lamb's ear. I picked this up from Walmart, and you get 2 stems for $2 for this one. This is just called green foliage. I got this one from Dollar Tree. I have 2 of these. And then I picked this greenery up from Walmart. Now this one and the boxwood from Walmart were 97 cents a stem. To prep your greenery, go ahead and open them up. And then you'll want to trim each stem. You can always cut the stem shorter later if you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and prep all of my greenery. I also decided to go ahead and trim 1 stem of this really pretty flower. It's white. It has a small light bit of yellow in the center. I picked this up from Dollar Tree. It is called Tweedia. So my container is all prepped. I have the paper and my floral foam in. You're also going to need one of these artificial candles. I really like these. They're safe. This fits perfectly right inside the box. Underneath they have a little tab that you can pull. This connects the battery, and then a switch where you can turn it on and off. So it does light up. We're going to be placing this on the top box right in the center. So it looks like that. We're not going to glue it in or anything because we need to take it out so we can turn it on and off. Now you just need to fill in with greenery. As you can see, I've tried to be consistent with the boxwood. I'm going to do the same with the other greenery. Feel free to trim them down however you need to fit them in the area that you need to place them. Just as you're placing them, you want to try to be consistent with where you do place them. When choosing my different greenery, I always pull them together and hold them into a bouquet to make sure that all the colors and the textures go together. You'll want to go ahead and fill in the rest of your greenery until you can no longer see the green floral foam. I have all of my greenery in. I used 1 stem except for the lamb's ear. I used 2 stems, and this one I used 2 stems. I'm really happy with how it looks. Whatever I did on one side, I did on the opposite corner on the other. For example, I put the lamb's ear here on this corner, so diagonally on the other side, I put it in the corner. That way I have a good mix and it's nice and symmetrical from one side to the other. Now to add a little bit of brightness, I'm going to go in and add in the little bits of the flowers that I cut out. Now this is one stem of the Tweedia. And again, feel free to cut these however you need to. This is one stem that I cut off, so I can cut it again, use this as one piece, and then use this as another. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in wherever I think it looks good. I'm really pleased with my greenery and my little flowers. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. I decided to go ahead and add some feet. Now I'm using these little wood beads. They measure 1/2 inch in diameter. If you don't have wood beads or you can't find any at Dollar Tree, you can always use, Dollar Tree has a small package of small wood blocks. You can use those instead. You will need 8 of these. To attach them, I'm just using some hot glue. Run it right around the top there where the hole is. And then place it underneath. When placing your feet, you want to make sure that they are fully underneath your container and that they don't protrude outside on the sides. I am all done. I'm really happy with how our centerpiece turned out. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I went ahead and stained the bead feet just like I did the crates. Everything matches and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now this is great because you can always take out the foliage in the candle and change it up. You can customize this for any season or holiday. For DIY number 3, I have this beautiful framed artwork. When I found this set of stickers, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with them. This craft is fun and easy to do. Let me show you how to make it. Here's a list of the tools and materials I used to complete the project. For your convenience, I've also included a detailed list in the description box below. Let's get started. I'm going to need one of these frames from Dollar Tree. This one holds 2 4x6 photos. You can get this one, or if you can't find this specific one, you can always buy an 8x10, which is the same size as this. We are going to be cutting the mat so that it holds 1 large picture instead of 2. You're also going to need a package of these stickers. I thought they were absolutely gorgeous. And they are a puff up. So the vases are 3-dimensional on both of them. And then the flowers as well. I really liked the light colored background that it shows the stickers on, especially the blue tones. You're also going to need some decorative paper. I have some just dark brown cardstock, and I have this really pretty light blue background. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it has kind of a scratched white pattern on top of it. Now the brown craft paper, or excuse me, the brown cardstock came out of a pack called Nostalgia. I picked this up from Michael's. And it's a pack of 50, but any dark brown paper will work. And this pattern I got out of this paper pad from Michael's. Newport Grove is the name, and it shows it right here on the front. You'll need 1 sheet. You can also pick up decorative paper at Hobby Lobby. They usually sell 4 sheets for $1. Open up your frame and take the insert out. Use this as your template to cut your background. Now this piece, I wanted something dark at the bottom so it looked like the vases were sitting on a table. So I just cut a piece that shows a little bit on the bottom so it looks like a table. So it'll look like that in the frame. The best way to cut the paper, you want to use a metal ruler and a good utility knife with a sharp edge on a safe cutting mat. That makes it nice and easy and you're able to get a nice clean cut. Go ahead and trim out your background and a piece that's about 1 3/4 inches in width that will fit inside your frame. Next, you'll want to take the paper insert that is the mat, and we're going to trim this centerpiece off. I'm just going to use my metal ruler to make sure that I get the line nice and straight. It also gives me a safe guide. And I'm not going to press down too hard, just go over it a couple times until it releases. Just like that. You want to make sure you have a nice clean line all the way around. On the brown piece of cardstock, you want to take a pen, something that has a fine felt tip. And then I just want to add some lines and things so that this looks like it's wood. So just go in and lay in. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to give that little dimension that this is wood. So it looks like that, just to give it some dimension. Now all of this is not going to show, only a small portion on the top. So take your frame, remove the glass, add in your matting, your tabletop, your background, the insert, and then your backing. And that's what it looks like so far. Now it's time to apply your stickers, and I'm going to start with the largest one right here. You need to be careful when you're removing them because some of them have small pieces and you don't want to tear it. So just take your time removing them. Now I want this to look like it's sitting on the table, so I'm going to bring it down inside the table. And I got my first one down. And now I'm going to add my second vase. Doesn't that look cute? I have several other flowers on here that are three-dimensional. I'm going to play with this for a little while about where I want to place them on here. And when I finish that up, I will come back and show you the finished product. Here you go. I'm all finished. I did go ahead and add a few more of these stickers. I added a bloom down here on the table. I also added 2 more blooms to this vase. This one had a little green stem, so it worked out well, and this one I just placed next to the greenery there. I did add 2 butterflies. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. It'll look beautiful hanging on a wall or displayed on your mantle. And I still have some really pretty blooms that I can use on another project. Now to display this on my mantle, I'm going to be using one of these that you can get from Dollar Tree. This is a large one. And then you can just place it in there and sit it on your mantle. So for less than $3, you're able to put together something bright and cheery to dress up your home. Well, I hope you enjoyed these 3 tutorials today. I had a lot of fun putting them together. If you did, please leave me a big thumbs up and some love in the comments. This really does help support my channel. It lets YouTube know that I have content that's worth watching. Thanks so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hope everyone in your family is staying happy, healthy, and strong. You have a great day, and I will see you next time.